Hey everybody, what's up? I am Yan. I listen to comeback songs for the first time with you all, as well as debut songs and songs I never heard of. If you're interested in checking out my channel, aside from K-pop reactions, I also have food vlogs, working on my Japanese and more K-pop, singing, dancing, random stuff that I just like to share with you all. So if you're interested, please check it out. Today we're listening to a comeback by Rolling Quartz. I have listened to their comeback song, or it was very rock and roll. I'm guessing that's kind of their theme for their band, and I am looking forward to seeing what else they have in store for us, right? The name of the song we're listening to is Azalea. It reminds me of like Azalea Town, it sounds like a Pokemon town with different colors, but Azalea, is that even a color? Maybe. I feel like I've heard of it, but I never really used it at all, English. But anyways, I'm looking forward to Azalea. Sounds kind of soft and gentle in some ways, but it could be like soft and gentle and then like bam, and I'm back to being calm and gentle again. All guesses. Even though I have listened to Rolling Quartz before, I'm not very familiar with them. I appreciated those who commented in my previous reaction. Very helpful. I want you to continue to help me out this time around as well. So let's check out their comeback song right now. Alright, it looks like we're in Korea. I have not been there unless the airport counts for like an hour or so, but I hope to go there one day. Not just for K-pop, but I heard the food and coffee and scenery are awesome as well. But anyways, it looks like we're at this old village kingdom temple place, palace. I'm guessing probably other K-pop artists have used this setting just because it's big. It's just, suitable for many K-pop songs. But I'm curious if this is like Korean instruments mixed with like heavy metal rock band kind of music as well. So let's check out Azalea by Rolling Quartz.
이젠 그대 아닌지 그댈 바라보며 살아온 내가 그녀 뒤에 가렸는지 사랑 그 아픔이 너무 커 숨을 쉴 수가 없어 그대 행복하길 빌어줄게요 내 영혼으로 빌어줄게요
Okay, Diadem. That sounds familiar. Rolling Quartz, Smile, Wait for Flash, Desert Beagle. Okay. Well, this song was definitely not as like rock and heavy, I should say. Heavy rock? I don't really know my rocks, but definitely a little lighter and softer, but I still enjoyed it. The vocalist had a very, very powerful sound. I really like that lowness and just that strength from within. But let's go back to the beginning, as I noticed some things, maybe because they're a new group, they're still adjusting, and I just want to share. Maybe they did it intentionally, or they just couldn't help it. And I'll tell you what I mean later on. So this place is beautiful, and they didn't really incorporate a whole lot of Korean music, or instruments I should say, but they used this beautiful place as their setting. And I noticed that they had rolling quartz stands for all the members, or you know, the ones in the front, in case you didn't know who they are. But I think it's also nice to have it. Sometimes they just want to have that extra strength, and to step on something, I feel like that will be very good for them too. We have 3 different guitarists. I don't know my guitars, but they look like electric guitars. Maybe one's a bass, one is not a bass, the other is not a bass either. But I noticed that they didn't really sing until later on. I'm pretty sure they can sing, but they might lean towards their instruments only first. And we have a drummist and 1 vocalist. Those who play electric guitars are the family, in that family realm. Do you usually bring this one this low? It feels like she's been like squatting or semi-squatting the whole time. I guess it may look cool in some ways, but it also looks quite tiring. Is that like kind of a position or pose that people like to use when they play this type of guitar? Please let me know, as I was curious about that. And so as we are panning through, she played, I think they try to have a good amount of camera time for each member. Of course, the vocalist had the most, and then the girl with the bluish hair had, I think, second most. But anyways, I just noticed them strumming and playing, and one thing that bugged me was the hair, actually. I think these are probably all extensions, and I don't know. I played the violin. It's a little different, but having hair pretty long back then, not now, it can get caught and tangled maybe in the bridges if you aren't careful, or if you're playing like crazy, which I personally didn't, but if you move a lot and all that, right, you can get it caught. And I noticed that her hair was constantly in the way when she was strumming. I don't know, I guess she's used to it, she's fine with it, but just as a person who's watching, I just want to say, like, can you just like push it back a little bit, just a little bit right there, and then it'll be fine. So for her and the girl with the red hair, on the 2 ends, I was just worried about their hair and it getting caught in the strings. That was just me. And for the drummist here, I really like how powerful she looked, and she was. I'm sure I learned how to play the drums by myself, and it's not going so well. I only know the basic beats, and it's really hard for me to multitask. I hope one day I can keep practicing and get better at it, but I need a teacher. I need someone to help and motivate me to move on, because it's quite hard. But I noticed that whenever there's a time for the cameraman to pan, 90% of the time she would look at the camera, like look into it. Well, sometimes that's fine, but seeing other bands, K-pop bands, they usually don't look at the camera. They look more relaxed or natural when playing the drum, but every time I see her, she's like trying to find the camera, and so I wasn't sure if that's what she was supposed to do, like whenever the camera pans, she has to like look and all that, or, you know, she just is sensitive to the camera, and whenever it goes by, right, she looks up. Anyways, that's just something that caught my attention. For the vocalist, though, she had 2 outfits, this flowery one and a more of a black and white one. Oh, sorry. She had a lot of lines here, too. I think she was strumming the most, so she had more parts. But for her, the vocalist, she had 2 outfits, more purpley blue flowery outfit, and this one is like, you know, a little darker as well. Her hair was up and then her hair was down, and yeah, there was nothing wrong. It's just observations I see here. I think they all look very nice though. They did wear slightly Asian-y kind of patterns or jewelry accessories on them to kind of blend and match the setting. As you can see, she had a flowery outfit. She also had a slight transparent, like, I don't know what these are, sleeves, I guess. Everyone had some flower patterns on them, which looked great. And she had some, like, emblems of some sort. I don't know if I used that word correctly, or just jewelry that had more of a Asian flavor to it as well. We didn't travel much or go anywhere really, but her voice was great and her sound, or I should say the melody, sounded almost like a anime show or something like that. Like, it was pretty intense and I really enjoyed it very much. So yeah, I noticed that then she started smiling, a little more different facial expressions, and like looking intently and staring coolly at the camera. Especially the girl with I love the hair though. The hair color is awesome. Especially the girl who, no, not her, especially the other girl, the last girl right here. She has like this really like intense stare as she plays, but then again, I don't really know what they're saying, so I can't really tell. One was smiling. I'm blocking her, I'm sorry. One was smiling, one was looking pretty serious, right? They both had mics. The bassist did not. So I was just curious to see, because everyone looked very intense, or intense, I should say. So I'm curious to understand like what's going on here, because at the end they kind of calmed down. They kind of still look very cool. So I will just have to check the lyrics. But yeah, tell me your thoughts. Let me know what you thought of the song. I personally enjoyed it and look forward to listening to more of their songs, especially they're one of the fewer known band groups, female bands. I don't know any female bands under, like, in the K-pop industry besides them, so it's good to see. Like, I want to see them collab with like CN Blue, FT Island, and One We. I think that would be a really cool party in my opinion, and other bands too that I am not familiar with at the moment. So yeah, thank you for watching this with me. Continue to support Rolling Quartz and enjoy Azalea many more times. Goodbye.